Yo, what's going on, you totally radical YouTubers? It's Radical Rich here again with another LEGO review. And this is set number 76294, the X Mansion. And I can't believe that I was really wanting this set for a long time because, you know, it's not just got one, but two of my most favourite X-Men characters in it, Wolverine and Gambit. And this set contains 9 minifigs. Well, I would say 11 because there is the Sentinel as well. I do like to count it as a minifig, but you know what I mean. And also, it's got a lot of other cool characters in it, such as Iceman. He's one of my favourites, well, Spider-Man's best friends. But the thing I'm annoyed is that Magneto is the only villain in this set. I just would like to, they had other X-Men villains in it, like Mystique or Sabretooth or Juggernaut or Pyro. And also we got the character who I wish was leader of the X-Men, Storm. And also we got Bishop. I can't believe Bishop's in this set because, you know, he's very underrated. And how he's a bit of a futuristic character. And we got Professor X, Rogue, and Jean Grey, and the lame version of Gigan from Godzilla, Cyclops. He's my worst character, Cyclops is, but I'm not going to get at any nasty hates. I'm not saying much nasty hates about him, except when Jean Grey was having an affair with him behind Wolverine's back. Well, anyway, I'll let you all have a good look at the box, and I'll flip it around for you to have a look at the back. Now here's the back of the mansion, shows what you could do, and alright, well, here's the pic of the back where not much is said by it, and here it shows that you can pull the mansion into 3 parts, almost a bit like at the pet shop and bookshop of the modulars. That's so pretty rad. And here we got old Wolverine snoozing his head off, and down here's a pic of Storm and Gambit. I think they're like in the danger room or something, and there's Professor X, like he's on Cerebro tracking more mutants. I wonder if he'll ever find the Ninja Turtles on Cerebro, because how they're mutants. Hey, I wonder if he will find Godzilla on there, because how he is a mutant dinosaur, why can't he ever find the kaijus? And also here's Rogue and the lame version of Gigan just sitting in the lounge having a chat. So anyway, that's the box done. And I would also like to announce I've got a little bonus for this review as well. I've got set number 40671, and this is Potted Groot, and this was a Christmas present from my 2 friends Gretchen and Harry, who gave this to me for Christmas. And I thought of setting this up as one of my background ornaments. Well, you can't see all my background ornaments now because I've got a huge box here, but I was going to set this up as a background gift from my friends. Haven't got a gift from Gretchen and Harry yet, but now I've got one. It shows that their gift is now one of my background gifts. And also, if anyone ever wants to give me a mini gift, nothing too expensive, just below like £5, okay? If you can give it to me, I'll be happy to put it in as a background ornament for you. So anyway, let's get both of these sets built up and get on with the review. Right then, with the set all built up, before we get on with the review, we'll first show off the Groot buildable head figure. And here it is. I like to say, this is well detailed good. I'm not much of a collector of these sort of Lego set things, but this was a gift from my 2 friends, Gretchen and Harry, and I really love this gift from them that they got me for Christmas, and I got them gifts for Christmas as well. And I like to say, this is such a good one that they gave me, and Groot is one of my favourite characters, and right now I'm going to display this as one of the background gifts from my friends. And I like to say, Gretchen, thank you very much. You're such a great sister to me, and always there for me. And same with you, Harry. You're like my friend Jordan, how he's like a brother to me, and you're just the same. And also, before I like to get on with the set, here's something else I like to point out. I would like to point out this poster that was done by my friend Brian. That I decided to put up as another background gift as well. I had to take the Sentinel off for a sec. Now this is a poster he drawn by a Marvel comic that he's a fan of, and I'm also a fan of too, called Power Pack. If you don't know much about Power Pack, take the Joker's advice, worth the Google. And what it is, Power Pack are about 4 kids named Alex, Julian, Jack and Katie that met this alien that crash landed in their yard, and he gave them powers each, and then they became the team known as Power Pack, and all 4 of them are siblings, and they made themselves code names and became the hero team known as Power Pack. Now I'll introduce you to them, right? Oh, sorry, just try to hold this still a sec. Right, this boy here in the whites, that's Alex. He's the oldest child, and he was known as Zero G, and his powers are that he can have gravity, and he can also put gravity around himself and can fly. And this girl in the centre, that's Julie. She's not wearing her common Power Pack outfit in this poster, because in this story that my friend Brian has written, she gets Phoenix powers like Jean Grey. And what Julie's original powers are, she could go super fast like the Flash and Sonic and my characters Speed Boy and Speed Girl. And she can also fly super fast as well, and she can also leave a rainbow trail that's pretty nifty of her. And her superhero name was Lightspeed. And up above here, the boy that's all white, that's Jack Power, the first youngest of the children, and he was known as Mass Master. Bit of a funny name. Knowing an 8-year-old kid like him would have been like going for a name like that, Mass Master. Oh yeah, just tell you about their names. Alex is 12, Julie's 10, and Jack is 8. I'll tell you Katie's age when I get to her. So yeah, Mass Master can like turn his whole body into cloud form, and that's all I can say about his powers. And right, we'll move on to the last member, who's the youngest of the team, Katie. Now she's 5 years old, and she's the only member in the Power Pack family who can't fly. Bit sad for her. And but what she can do is she can make big blasts come out of her hands, a bit like how Jet Jaguar could on the Godzilla Unleashed game. When he puts his hands together, he makes big blasts come out of them. So yeah, that's Katie for you, and she was known as Energizer, the cute 5-year-old. Now, the other members. So first off, we'll start with the biggest of the minifigs, the Sentinel. I like to say this Sentinel is so rad, way better than the Sentinel that we got back in 2014, I think, and that's when I started my Lego career, building the Lego city. And I like to say this Sentinel is like the perfect size, and everything on it is just so detailed, great. And you know, you can like move his legs a bit more better, and his arms are a bit more adjustable, and even his head is a bit rotatable as well. That is just so nifty and rad. And they've even given a whip to strangle his mutants to death. That is just so pretty rad. I give the set a 10 out of 10. Right, first we'll start with the leader of the X-Men, Cyclops. And sorry if you hear me calling him the lame version of Gigan. I was just hoping that my cousin is watching this video so it can annoy her, because she likes Cyclops and she just didn't like me when I was showing her my Gigan figure, and I was like saying how radical Gigan was compared to Cyclops. And I do prefer Gigan over Cyclops, and even though he is a supervillain. And I'll just take Cyclops' laser eye off so you can see him better. Alright, so here he is. I really like the detail on his X-Men uniform. That is just so pretty rad. And also at the front he's got like a angry look on his face, and if we turn him around, he's like got a smile on his face. I never liked Cyclops' smiles. He looked a bit too goofy with them. And alright, we'll just turn him back and put his more serious look on. Because like I say, I can't take... He looks too goofy with a smile. So there's Cyclops for you. Oh yeah, Vic, I like to say, you were right. Cyclops is the lame version of Gigan. That you would always say. So we'll now move on to the next minifig. Here's my most second favourite member of the X-Men, Gambit. And I can't believe he's in this set, because, you know, with Gambit nowadays, he doesn't even like being part of the X-Men. He just likes going on his own solo adventures. And I do like to say he's an honorary X-Men, but yeah, nowadays he just doesn't like being part of it. So I'll just take his power move off so you can look at his minifig better. So yeah, there's Gambit. He is just so radical, and I think his minifig and the detail on him is just so legit. And right, here's the front of his face, and I'll just turn him around and so you can like look at the back of his face. He's got more of a grumpy look on his face, like he said, "You insult old Gambit, Moon Sherry." And this is one of the reasons why I like Gambit, because he's from my most favourite state of America, Louisiana. And I think Louisiana is such a cool state. So there's Gambit. Now we'll move on to the next minifig. Now here's my most favourite of the X-Men, Wolverine. Now I like to say Wolverine is so radical, and anything that Wolverine's in, he's just so rad. And I really like how his claws have been put on these minifigs. That is just so legit. And they did that with other claw-like characters that are like him. I even saw people that made Freddy Krueger do this as well. And first off, I'll just with Wolverine, you can take off his helmet part or his mask. And if you look at him there, it looks like he's wearing sunglasses. And if you turn him around, he's got like that mischievous smile. Glad they didn't give him a grumpy face. And also, he has this hairpiece where you can like clip on him as well. There you go. And also, it's... Oh, hang on, Trevor's pestering me again. Also, you can... If you like, you can keep Wolverine with his mask on, or just have his common hairpiece. So, for me, I like to keep his helmet part, his mask part on, because it looks more badass with it on, I think. So, let's move on to the next minifig, and here we go. Before that, I like to also show Wolverine on his motorbike as well. I like to say that they've updated his motorbike more cool. Before, it just used to be plain grey, and I didn't mind the plain grey bike, but it was just a bit of a typical bike, and they've now updated it, and you can like put stud pieces under there to keep the motorbike in place, and I just think that is just so radical. Yeah, so there's Wolverine on his motorbike. Right, now here's the girlfriend of Cyclops, or to me, I prefer her with Wolverine, Jean Grey. And I like to say, I really like how they've done her body and the shoulder blades on her minifig. And And also her face looks good as well. But I really don't like how they done her hair on this. I'll just show you the back part of her face with a more angry look, like she's gonna unlock the Phoenix. But yeah, I just really don't like Jean Grey's hair in this set. Yeah, she did have her hair in a ponytail in the 90s X-Men, but just not like this. I just don't think that's, they didn't do her hairpiece that right. And also, well, in the comics, she usually keeps her hair down, and I do have like my figure up here just to show you. There. Yeah, she usually keeps her hair down in the comics. Well, I mean, I didn't mind her hair being in a ponytail in the cartoon, but I mean, I just didn't like how the Lego set just didn't do her hair right. I mean, they did the colour right, but I mean, they just didn't do it right. I like to say Jean Grey has more nicer hair than Mary Jane. So now let's move on to the next minifig. Now for the member of the X-Men who is the most kind-hearted, well, one of the three most kind-hearted X-Men. Well, she's the only kind-hearted one in this set, and the most polite and, well, awesome powers in the X-Men, Storm. And I like to say her minifig is really cool, and I'm glad they put her in the white outfit. And I do have her in the black outfit in my figure collection up there. But I do prefer her white outfit more because, it sort of matches her hair and it also goes well with the stormy feeling. And here we got like two lightning rods coming out of her. And here we got like a look where she's controlling the weather. And if we take her hairpiece off, we'll take a look at the back and she's got like that friendly smile face. Like I said, she's the most polite X-Men member. And sometimes I feel like she's the most sensible one as well. And I always thought, why couldn't she be the leader of the X-Men instead of Cyclops? But that's just my opinion. I just think she should have been the leader. Well, anyway, let's move on to the next minifig. And, oh yeah, like I told you, she's one of the three most polited X-Men members. And I said the other two aren't in this set. The other two very polite X-Men are Nightcrawler and Colossus, and they are the most polite X-Men member next to Storm. If you ask me who I should think, there shouldn't be like a contest who should win gold, silver and bronze at that contest. All three of them are just the most polite X-Men. For the most coolest member of the X-Men, Iceman. Now, I'm so glad that Iceman is in this set because, we got a lot of sets with Spider-Man and we've also got a set with one of Spider-Man's close friends called Firestar. And there was once a cartoon in the 80s called Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends that featured Firestar and also Iceman as well. And I just can't believe that we finally got an Iceman minifig so we can now complete Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. I like to say Iceman is like Spider-Man's best friend. Well, I know Harry Osborn is like his best friend at school. He's like his school best friend, and Iceman is like his best X-Men friend. When Spider-Man's helping out with the X-Men, he's like his best X-Men friend. And I like to say this is so totally cool of Iceman being in this set. I know people don't like him that much, but I think he's alright. Yeah, so there's Iceman for you. And also, I like to point out this thing, right? You can have a best friend, right? But you can always have a lot of best friends. Because, for me, I always have best friends in a lot of different places. Gretchen, who I was just telling you about, she was like my best female friend at my job. And Harry, of course, he was like my best friend at my best male friend at my job. B was like my best female friend at my job. And my brother Jordan, he was like my best male friend in my primary school. And who was my best female friend in primary school? Oh yeah, my best female friend in primary school was a girl called Jodie, and my best male friend in secondary school was this boy I knew called Darren, and my best female friend in secondary school was a girl called Katie. And as for college, my best male friend in college was this guy I know called Max, and my best female friend in college. Hang on, what was her name? What's her name? Oh yeah, it was a girl called Bethany. She was my best female friend in college. And so that's what you should know. You do have best friends in different places. So anyway, enough of this best friend thing. Let's move on to the next mini. Man, I really can't believe Bishop is in this set because he's a very underrated X-Men character because he is from the future and people don't... Because, you know, when he always shows up, he's always like, comes to the present to help and then he usually goes back. And I just can't believe he's in this set because Bishop is like... he was... The first time I saw him in a live-action movie was in the X-Men Days of Future Past, but he was only in it as a sideshow character. I was like, holy smoke, Bishop is going to be in X-Men Days of Future Past. I couldn't believe it. And then there he was, just being a boring background character, just blasting people. But first off, here's like the front of Bishop's face, like he's coming out from the portal. And if we take off his headpiece, there he is just with a normal face. I like to say, I don't like how they've done his hair. It's all like tied up and it's like, you know, those, how African people, you know, have their hairs tied up in those lock forms. And Bishop's hair is not like that. It is long, but it's all smooth out, really. And, oh yeah, I like to point out this thing, right? I remember this old wrestling show called WCW. Back then it used to be called that before WWE, and there was a wrestler in it called Crowbar, and when I saw him wrestling people, I thought he looked like a white-skinned version of Bishop. So yeah, Crowbar does look a lot like Bishop. If you want to check out the WCW wrestler Crowbar, check him out on Google, and he does look a lot like Bishop. Oh, here's the show off of the X-Men, Rogue. I am the only reason I called her a show off is when I watched her on the intro of the 90s X-Men, when I saw that part where it showed her and Storm not on board the Blackbird. They're like ahead flying and the rest of the X-Men are all on board the Blackbird. I always felt like the way how I see Storm flying, she's like scouting, but the way how I see Rogue flying, I've always felt like she was showing off because, you know, she kept doing flips and that and kept waving at the camera. So yeah, here's Rogue, the most deadly touched X-Men of the X-Men girl, and here she's got like a normal smile on her face. Well, thanks, sugar. And here she is with an angry look, like someone just insulted her, saying, "You have insulted me, sugar. You shouldn't mess with me, sugar." Oh, don't worry, Rogue. Even if you don't have hair, I still think you're very attractive. Sometimes I just wish there was a way that, you know, you could just kiss people for once. Well, I'd rather be kissed by you than Poison Ivy, because one kiss from you, you could just knock me out, but one kiss from Poison Ivy, and I'm dead. So, yeah, you're a better kisser than Poison Ivy, Rogue. So, that's the sexy X-Men girl done. Now let's move on to the next one. Welcome, my children, to my home. Professor X, the head of the X-Men, the mutant with no hair. Alright, he does have proper mutant powers. He does have sidekick mind power. And even though he said if he starts a school, he'll soon go bald, and he has gone bald. And now, I like to say in this set, I'm glad they put Professor X in this yellow car wheelchair. And to me, in my opinion, I do like this wheelchair of Professor X's, and I also like him just in a normal wheelchair. But, a normal wheelchair where it's, not battery powered, because I feel like, Professor X has still got good arms, and he doesn't deserve to be in a battery powered wheelchair. I think he does more better in a normal wheelchair, because, he can still work out, and he's still got good arms. So yeah, that's Professor X, and I like his suit. I also take him out as well, so you can get a good look at his body as well. So yeah, that's Professor X out of his wheelchair. I would have liked it more if his suit was more buttoned up, because I always like people in their suits when their suit jackets are more buttoned up, and if you just zoom in, he's got like a good details on his tie. Really like the look of that. So anyway, that's Professor X done. Now let's move on to the last minifig. Now for the final minifig, and the only villain in this set, Magneto. I like to say this Magneto minifig is pretty good, but in the old Lego sets, his cape used to be fabric, but now they made his cape more rubberish. I like to say this Magneto figure is so rad. And here we got him with his helmet on, and if we take it off, he's got like a more maleficent evil face, like he's saying, and the humans are the mutants are the future, Chuck, not the... No, wait, hang on, I said it wrong. Yeah. Us mutants are the future, Charles, not the humans. Like he always says that, saying that mutants are what should be living on Earth, not the humans. And also, you can take his helmet off, and you can't do this sec. Put his hairpiece on. I don't really quite like his hairpiece in this set, because how this is inspired on the 90s X-Men. He had a bit more longer hair in the X-Men cartoon than he did in the comics. But yeah, so I think I might keep his helmet on. And sometimes I'm like a bit surprised, how can he keep his helmet on under all that hair? So just take it off and put his helmet back on. Now, thing I don't like about this, I don't like how Magneto is the only villain in this set, because I feel like they could have had more villains in it. I know there's a Sentinel, but I mean, more members of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. I just would have liked it more if they had included more Brotherhood members. So anyway, that's the X-Men minifigs done. Now let's get on with reviewing the mansion. Right then, with the minifigs out of the way, let's get on with looking at the mansion. Now, I like to say, the detail of the look of the mansion is good, but I feel like they've only put in they've put in 2 floors in this set, and I feel like it's a bit small compared to the other Marvel modulars. And when I looked at, like I said, this is inspired on the 90s cartoon X-Men, I saw that they had a 3rd floor on this set, and I feel like they needed to put in a 3rd floor in this modular so it can show off a couple of other things. Well, anyway, here's the front of the mansion. And if you push this switch here, makes this top part fall. Oh, sorry, this part didn't fall well. Alright, I'll just put this back on, and then I'll show you the back part of this mansion. I really like the way how this fire hydrant is floating in the air from the water, and this lamppost is knocked down. That is just pretty rad. So I'll just pause this and turn it around. Right then, here's the back part of the mansion. Here's like the sides. Nothing much to say on the sides, but I really don't like how the back part is done here, because it just looks like the back part of an alley, and I feel like, because, you know, the X-Mansion was like in the middle of its own country field, and I think this is like supposed to be like displayed as a big mansion in the middle of a big city. But I really do like the little Easter eggs here. Like this sticker here called Claws, showing Wolverine that he's been here. And this is a sad thing, because one of my favourite X-Men members, Nightcrawler, there's just a poster of him there, and he's not even in the blooming set. And next to him is like a poster of some sort of singing girl character called I don't know her name. I don't know much about her. One of my friends told me about her name, but I've forgotten, and he told me he didn't like her that much. And down here, here's an Easter egg of one of the famous X-Men covers of the Wanted and Annihilated posters of the X-Men, and they're supposed to have both Wolverine and Kitty Pryde in front of it. But Kitty Pryde is not in this set, and neither is... Well, she was neither in the 90s cartoon. If you want to know who she is, here's a figure of her. She's a cute one here with the dragon on her shoulder. And she's also the girlfriend of Colossus here. Sometimes when I see both Kitty Pryde and Colossus together, I sort of go a bit funny, and sometimes wish I was in Colossus's shoes. You know, as in, when I see Kitty Pryde and Colossus together, I wish my mind was in Colossus's body, so, you know, I could have fun with Kitty Pryde. I did always have a crush on her, and she is super cute. Yeah, the two X-Men characters I do have crushes on are Kitty Pryde and X-23. Yeah, I always have big crushes on them. So yeah, here's the back part of the X-Mansion. And oh yeah, here's a basketball hoop. And here we got something that can slide to left and the right. That's inside the X-Mansion, and we'll get to that right now. And we'll start off with the top floor. And down here, I might need to put the light over it a bit. It's a bit dark, as my grandma would say. Here you go. Down here is the danger room. I like to say, I think they shouldn't have put the danger room in this modular. I think they should have like done like a separate set and done like a more bigger set that's inspired on the danger room. Yeah, because I just feel like the danger room shouldn't have been in this set. They should have saved it for another set. And here is like the spot where Professor X watches his students do their training in the danger room. I could take the light off now because it's a bit more easier to see. And if you just look there to the right, there's a chessboard, and that was the game that both Professor X and Magneto like to play. Well, better playing with them instead of Ron. And in here, I think this is like a medical centre. And if you look here to the right, this is like supposed to be Cerebro, with Professor X looking for other mutants that could join the X-Men. Like I said, and Cerebro is also a part that's like in the below part of the X-Mansion. I feel like maybe they should save that for another set as well. And so yeah, here's like the hospital room. And here, I think this is like supposed to be Beast's lab with a spilt coffee on the floor. And here we've got like a bedroom, got like a sword displayed on the shelves, two nice beds. Oh, and if you look there, there's a comic on the floor of the very first X-Men issue. And if you look there, there's a picture of Jean Grey and Cyclops. And my cousin Vic doesn't like them being together. She said that because Jean Grey was having an affair with Cyclops behind Wolverine's back when they first became a couple. I'm just saying that other way around just to annoy her, really. Because she doesn't like Wolverine, and she was upset with me for liking Wolverine. So anyway, there's the top floors done. Now let's get on to the bottom floors. So after doing that, let's get on with the final bottom level. Now, I like to say there's no stairway in this set, but they do have an elevator, or lift as us English would say. And the reason is because they had to make this back alley part. And I just think maybe if they made this whole set more pointed out, and also there's the front garden bit. I think keep the front garden bit as it is, but just don't have the back alley part. And they could have just easily put in a stairway. And like I said, don't have the danger room in it. Just save that for like a bottom part, and also put in something else instead. And yeah, have like a stairway and also a third floor as well. So first off, we'll have a look at the bottom part of the danger room. And here is like a little hallway, and with a man going crazy on the TV. And here is the lobby of the X Mansion. I think it's pretty nice. And down here, here's a classroom. Oh, hang on. Trevor, what are you doing? Trevor, stop being a pest. Sorry, Trevor's in his cheeky mood again. So here we've got like a little bookcase. And down here, here's like a classroom. If you look to the right there, there's a little globe. Not as better as the globe in the town hall. And sometimes I feel like in the town hall set, they had like an elevator that you could really pull up and down. And I just wish they could have put that in this X Mansion and the Daily Bugle and the Avengers Tower as well. And if you look down here at the classroom, there's a Beast teaching on the classroom. I might get the Beast minifig to complete this. And if you pull this a bit to left, there's like a hidden object. That's what I was showing at you earlier. And I think it's like hidden blueprint to the Sentinels. Well, I did hear Beast turned evil now, so maybe he's like doing something malicious behind the X-Men's back. So, yeah, that's the last part of the X Mansion done. I'll see you in a sec. Anyway, that's the X Mansion done, and I hope you've all enjoyed my video. And please like, share and subscribe. But don't do it for me, do it for Lincoln, who's not here at the moment, and do it for Trevor, who's down here asleep in my box, using it like a bed. Don't get too comfortable, Trevor. I am going to throw that out, you know. So why don't you just go back in your bed in the bed downstairs instead, or just sleep on my own bed instead. So anyway, I hope you all liked it, and I'll soon see you later for my next review. And please show it to all your friends as well. And this is Radical Rich, and I give this set about an 8 out of 10. I would have liked it more if they had a third floor in the set and made the back part a bit more wider. So see you, all you Radical YouTubers, later, and I'll be back for the next set. Bye.